He walked into that interrogation room as a grieving husband and father. At least, that's what everyone was supposed to believe. Chris Watts appeared calm, cooperative, almost ordinary. But detectives weren't just listening to what he said. They were watching how he said it, every pause, every change in his story, every moment where his behavior didn't match the situation. And the more questions they asked, the harder it became for him to maintain the story he came in with. What you're about to watch is only the beginning. Pay close attention, because sometimes the most revealing moments aren't the things a suspect says, but the moments when they realize the story isn't working anymore. Before we begin, subscribe to Void Archives and turn on notifications if you want to see the rest of this interrogation series. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Interrogation Files, Chris Watts, Part 1.
And that's pretty much what we do. So I've done polygraphs on the Jessica Ridgway case. I don't know if you were here for that.
The name sounds
The
familiar.
little girl that went missing in Westminster, and
Okay.
that, yeah. And then just the one that we had in Thornton last year or the year before. So we do this all the time. So please don't think that you're being singled out. Like this is one way that if you didn't have anything to do with it, that we can let the investigators know, the people that really do need to know, that are looking for your wife and your little girls, to let them know, like, you know what, don't focus on Chris, focus over here, because obviously we've already cleared him, he's good to go. Now focus on the real person that did something to this, you know,
Okay.
to Shanann and little girls. So,
Okay.
okay. So I am, my name is Tammy. If you can call me Tammy, I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. So it's a CBI. It's kind of like the FBI, but for Colorado.
Okay.
So what our role is, just so you know, is anytime a law enforcement agency or a district attorney's office or the governor needs assistance with a case, they can call the CBI to come out and assist them.
Okay.
So obviously in this, type of case, they're calling in all the resources that they can, which includes me, who works out of the Denver office, and I also do polygraphs. So they asked me if I would be willing to come here and chat with you and hopefully get you cleared up and on your way, because
Okay.
it sounds like that's what you're here for, and
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome, because that's mostly what people want to do is like, dude, you're looking at the wrong person. Like, I just want to show you I had nothing to do with this, and then you guys can get on your way and, do your investigation somewhere else. So,
Okay.
because that helps us, because then we don't have to keep focusing on Chris. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. This polygraph today is going to be recorded.
Okay.
Obviously, it would be dumb if I didn't, because what if at the end I said you said whatever and you really didn't say it? Obviously, they could go back and look at the recording. There's a camera right there. There's also a backup digital recording that I'm doing.
Okay.
It fails me the second I try and trust it. It always fails me. So, so you said that your cell phone, is it off right now?
And
That would be great, because we can't have anything like buzzing, vibrating, ringing, that kind of stuff. So this will take at least a couple hours to do the polygraph, just because it's a real structured type of interview process. I have to go through a bunch of things with you. You're going to get the same polygraph that I gave someone last week. So it's very structured, and we go, in order and that kind of stuff. And you're going to know the wording to all of the questions I'm going to ask you on the test before we even take the polygraph. So don't. A lot of people come in here and they think, oh, they're just going to, attach all these components to me and then just start asking me random questions that I've never heard before, and of course I'm going to react to that. That's not at all how polygraph works. And
That's what I thought it worked.
yeah, you're actually going to probably know more about polygraphs than anyone before you leave here today, just because I explain everything to you and how everything works, okay? Obviously, you're probably nervous about taking today's test. Honestly, I would think something is wrong with you if you weren't nervous about coming in here to take a polygraph. Yeah. Even if people are like, I don't have anything to hide, it is nerve-wracking.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have taken tons of polygraphs, obviously, in my training. I went to 10 weeks for training. I've been a polygrapher for about 5 years. I went to the best school in the country. So I want you to have confidence in the fact that if you had nothing to do with this disappearance, like, we're going to find that out today, okay? I have the best training that they offer in the United States. We use the most validated testing That's the way I'm going to ask you the questions. So believe me, if you had nothing to do with this, I will be able to show them that today. Okay? So that should give you some confidence that, you know, this is how, like, you're going to be cleared today if you had nothing to do with it, okay? There's actually only, you know, nervousness or anxiety cannot cause you to fail a polygraph. A lot of people think that too, that if they're really nervous that it could cause them to fail. If that were the case, no one would be allowed to take polygraphs because every single person is nervous or anxious about taking the polygraph, okay?
I thought that's how it worked.
On nervousness?
Yeah.
No. There's actually only 2 ways you can fail a polygraph, okay? The first way would be if you fail to follow my instructions. I'm going to give you a lot of instructions today about how to sit still, how to answer questions, things like that. So if you fail to follow those instructions, you will not pass today's test, okay? The second way would be if you choose to lie to me today. Lie to me today, okay? Obviously, this is about 100% truth. Even if there's, you know, something that you didn't tell the investigators, you know, since Monday, I guess, is when you ended up, the police were involved. If there's something that you didn't tell them since Monday, like, that is totally fine. Like, I get it. You know, people aren't going to remember every single detail every time they talk to someone. As long as you tell me what the truth is today, you will have no problem with passing, okay? I promise you that. And obviously, I mean, I hope that, you know, if you did have something to do with their disappearance, it would be really stupid for you to come in and take a polygraph today.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it would be really dumb. Like, you should not be here right now sitting in this chair if you had anything to do with Shanann and the little girl's disappearance. Okay? Okay. And it's Celeste and Bella, is that right?
Yeah, I'll call her CC too.
CC, okay.
If that comes up.
Okay, perfect. So, and I know very small amount about the case.
Okay.
Just because I want to know less about the case, because I want you to be able to tell me about the case. I don't want to have some preconceived notions about the case, and that's why I don't want you to assume that I already know details because you told Detective so-and-so, you know, that kind of stuff. I want you to be able to tell me like you were telling someone for the very first time about what happened when we get into actually talking about what happened, okay? Obviously, Chris, you're not under arrest. I have no plans on arresting you. At any point today, if you decide you want to leave, the door is right there. There is it locks us in here.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that last night.
So there's a key in there now, so you can, if you just turn the key, it lets you out, okay? And at any point today, even after all these components are attached to you, if you decide at that point, you know what, I don't want to take this polygraph, I don't want to be here, this is BS, whatever, that is completely fine. Just please allow me to unattach my components before you drag my $6,000 instrument on the floor and run out of here. And it's kind of a little maze back here, so I will show you the way out at any point if you decide, you know what, I don't want to take this polygraph, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. That is completely fine. The door does have to be shut for privacy just because noise does affect the polygraph. And I will read you your rights today, and that's just because the polygraph components are pretty restrictive. You know, they go around your chest and stuff, and you may feel at some point that you're not free to leave, but like I said before, at any point I will unattach all the components and show you the way out if you decide, even in the middle of the polygraph if you don't want to continue to take it, okay? So, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give you kind of a roadmap of where we're going to go today, just so you know what to expect and that kind of stuff, okay? So we're going to first start by going over a rights and consent form, and that's that Miranda rights form. I'm sure you've heard of it. You know, you hear it on TV shows constantly. Most kids can recite their Miranda rights. We're going to go over that, and again, it's just so that you know you're free to leave and that you're not under arrest, okay? And then we're going to do a consent form, and that's just something that's required by my bosses to say that you're actually consenting to the CDI doing a polygraph on you, okay? After that, we do a biographical and a medical form, and that's basically to make sure that you're a suitable subject to take the actual polygraph. I want to make sure that you didn't smoke, you know, 10 bowls of weed, you know, the night before. I wish that didn't normally happen, but a lot of people smoke drugs before they come in here because they're really nervous and they're trying to calm themselves down. Some people take a lot of medication. Some people hear voices. All of those things are things that I cannot conduct a polygraph on someone if they have those things going on. So I just need to make sure that none of that stuff is affecting you. You seem very lucid. You're talking to me. You're making sense. You know, you're not jittery. You're not moving around, that kind of stuff. So I don't think we're going to have any issues. But I want to vet all of that out and just kind of, you know, make sure that you had enough sleep and you're not, I mean, obviously no one's getting a lot of sleep. Probably since Monday, but just so we can talk about all of that, okay?
Sure.
And then after that, we're going to discuss the issue of why you're here. Okay, I want to know everything you know, and again, I don't want you to assume that I already know something. I want you to kind of start from the beginning and like telling someone, maybe, you know, a friend that you hadn't talked to since any of this has happened, and you're basically having to relay all of the details of exactly what happened with Shanann and the girls, okay? And then after that, we're actually going to take a bathroom break. I'm going to let you take a break. You can use the bathroom, get something to drink. That water there is for you if you need that at any point today. And then you're going to come back in here. I'm going to explain to you how and why the polygraph works. Again, you're probably going to know more about polygraph than you even care to know before you leave here. I'm going to explain how it works, and then we're going to go over the questions that are going to be on the test. And like I said before, you're going to know the words to every single question. So it's not that, and we're going to discuss that even before we even take the polygraph, like what those questions mean, and just so you are completely clear in your mind when Tammy asked me this question, this is exactly what she means, this is exactly what she's asking, and this is the answer that I have for that question. So we're going to go over those. I let you practice answering them like 2 or 3 times, and then we'll go through them repeatedly if you need me to go over them 4 or 5 times, just, you know, before we actually take the test. I'm more than happy to do that too. I want you very comfortable with the questions and that you know what they mean and how you're going to answer them, okay? After that, we're going to go, we're actually going to do a practice test. And again, that just lets me know that you're a suitable subject to take the actual polygraph. And then after that, we actually get into the actual testing. So that's why it takes a long time, is because there is a pretty big process that goes along with it.
Okay. Work.
Yeah. So did you, you're not working today, right?
No.
Do you have a date that you're going back to work?
Not at the moment.
No. How long have you worked for Anadarko?
January 2015.
So,
About 3.5 years, almost.
yeah. Do you like it there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I worked for Covenant Testing Technologies before that.
Well, what is that?
That's a contract company for oil and gas.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I worked for Ford for 11 years as a technician.
Oh my goodness. So does that translate into
No, well,
Anadarko stuff?
it's mechanical. I mean, like, I like to fix things. And when I moved out here, I worked at Longmont Ford.
Okay.
And I moved up pretty fast there, but I hit that like kind of plateau that kind of just like I couldn't go, it got stagnant. And I was having this carpal tunnel syndrome in both my hands, and I mean it was bad. Like I was doing this like all day, you know, like it was bad.
Yeah.
So,
you still have that? I don't even know. Can you get rid of carpal tunnel?
Oh, like it was just the onset of it. Like it wasn't like full on I need to have surgery type thing, but like now it's so much better. Like it doesn't have the pain. Like there's a lot of mechanical things you do in oil and gas, but it's not as repetitive as the car industry is.
So are you, and excuse my language, are you a worker bee or are you like a boss guy?
A little bit of both.
Okay. You're getting your hands dirty too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a field coordinator right now for the area. We have 6 route operators and 2 rover operators.
Okay.
So that's what I'm kind of just over them right now, and we kind of game plan, like we look on the computer on our well summary screen and kind of go from there to see what kind of problems we might have throughout the day. Sure. And just kind of like, all right, this is what we need to do. You go here, there.
Okay.
So everybody's doing kind of middle part of the day, and everybody needs help, and try to get everybody checked out by like 3:30 or something like that.
Oh, that's nice. But don't you go to work pretty early?
Yeah, we start pretty like 6:30, somewhere around there. So.
That's super early.
Well, yeah, you have to get there early. You just never know what could happen. So.
That's true. That is true. So do you have an ID on you, Chris, that I could see? So I have the biographical form has some like driver's license numbers and that kind of stuff. So I'll just keep this just for a second until I do the other form. Are you named after anyone?
No.
No?
My middle name's just my dad's middle name, but other than that, no.
Okay. If I mispronounce your wife's name, please correct me.
Just think of shenanigans.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I got it.
That's the way she tells people.
Does her family call her Shanann?
So the way they spelled it, it was like Shan-Ann, like with an apostrophe, but she just calls it Shanann. That kind of, she was named after Shana Na.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so.
Is it B-E-L-L-A?
For Bella, yes.
Okay,
And Celeste is C-E-L-E-S-T-E.
perfect. All with the same last name,
Yes.
right? Okay. So, Chris, this is the advisement and rights form. This just says that Agent Tammy Lee says, I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and I wish to talk to you about, obviously, the disappearance of Bella and Celeste Watts, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and to have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. And you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of those rights? Were they read to you, Chris? So I'll just have you write, I guess, when we get to that. And then having those rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now and obviously go through with the polygraph? Okay, perfect. So what I want you to do is go ahead and answer both of those as yeses, if you still agree with that, and then sign and date that signature line, if you would. Have you always been a Tar Heels fan?
Yes. 15?
It is, yeah. My son is like a huge Tar Heels fan. I don't even know why he likes them, but maybe because the Nuggets suck. I don't know.
Well, that's George Carl used to coach here too, and he was a Carolina guy.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you go to any, like, do the Nuggets play Carolina? North Carolina?
Oh, no, North Carolina is at the college.
Oh, college. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting all my teams mixed up. You're right. Did you go to college then?
No, I wish I did.
You
That was
wish?
nice.
Yeah. Well, where did you go to college?
I went to NASCAR Tech and it's in North Carolina as well.
NASCAR is the name of it?
Man, it was a mechanical school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
It focused on regular automotive and then the NASCAR portion as well.
Oh, very cool. Did you learn a lot of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Is that like kind of elite mechanical school scope?
It was part of the Universal Technical Institute. Like, it was part of their program, plus the NASCAR part, plus I went to the Ford, the FAC program there as well. So.
Wow, that's awesome. Do you have any other nicknames or anything that people call you?
It's Chris.
Just Chris.
And some, like, just random ones at work. Just doesn't make any sense. So.
Like what?
Some call me like Rain Man because like when I go to a site or something, like if I do it once, I'll remember it, and this is one of those things.
Like, do you remember like phone numbers and license plates? And
that stuff I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Though. It was like when I was really young, my grandma used to always quiz me on like state capitals like every day, and like when I was waiting for my sister to come out from middle school or stuff like that, she was always like just pinging stuff off my memory.
Really?
And it's just like everything. I think that's how it built.
Yeah.
For what it was and what it is.
No doubt. That was your grandma that did that?
Yeah. My mom's mom.
Is she still alive?
No, she passed a few years ago.
Was she pretty old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Lived a good life?
Yeah, she was.
Good. Were you close with your grandparents?
Yeah, I went over to her house every afternoon after school and helped her out.
Nice.
Being outside or stuff on the inside, and she always cooked me lunch, some German food, kernels and goulash, schnitzel, all kinds of stuff like that.
My first husband was German, so we had German sausage and rice all the time, and then just their German food is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So Shanann's legal name is hyphenated?
I've never seen it written that way, but
okay.
That's the way her parents always said. That's how they did it.
Okay.
Shan and apostrophe A-N-N.
Okay. It's easier to say it when I spell it out,
Yeah.
but we keep wanting to say Shannon, of course, but a lot of people call her Shannon. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
oh yeah. Her parents sometimes call her Shannon.
Have you talked to her parents at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are they being pretty decent and good? Are they coming here?
I'm not sure yet.
Who, like,
My dad's here.
Your dad's here. Is there any
Yeah.
other family members of yours coming?
Not right now.
No.
Just my dad came out and just for support. He just got here this morning.
That's nice. What a nice dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is that consent that my bosses require, and this just says Agent Tammy Lee has advised me that she's investigating the matter of, obviously, the disappearance again of Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. I hereby say that to the best of my knowledge, I'm in good physical and mental health. I also state that no force, duress, or undue influence has been used against me, and that I am consenting to this polygraph interview on my own free will. I understand that the results of this process will be released to, obviously, the Frederick Police Department, the District Attorney's Office, and the FBI. It would be very silly for you to sit in here and take a polygraph if I couldn't release your result of hopefully passing to the people that need to know. Does that make sense to you? And it says, I hereby give my voluntary consent to undergo a polygraph interview, and I understand that this process is subject to both audio and video recording and monitoring, which we had already talked about, okay? So if you agree with that consent, you can just sign and date it. So where did you stay last night? Because I know that...
Nick and Amanda's house. Nick and Amanda Thayer.
How do you know them?
So, Amanda used to be a director at Primrose School where Bella and Cece go, but then she transferred to another place, and Shanann was getting her on Thrive, and that's how they met.
Amanda transferred to another Primrose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, Shanann couldn't like talk to them about Thrive, the direct sales business, like while they're at, like they weren't allowed to like talk like, you know, outside, like if their child goes there, I don't know, something about the school rules or something like that. So once she left, she talked to her about Thrive and got her on Thrive, and then me and Nick started running together here and there, and that's how we met.
So is she like a, what do they call them, a downline from Shanann?
Yes.
Okay, so she's like one of the sellers that...
Yeah, like,
yeah. Okay. And I don't even understand Thrive, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm even a chick, and I don't understand what all of that Thrive stuff is about.
It's vitamins and minerals, and it's all plant-based, non-GMO stuff. It's really healthy for you.
Yeah. Do you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 245 pounds when I started.
No way.
Yep.
How long ago was that?
2016.
Wow.
I've been doing it for a while.
Oh my gosh. So, I think the only thing I know about Thrive is like patches or something. Is that what that is?
Well, it's 3 steps. You have like vitamins. You have 2 capsules you take when you wake up, 2 pills.
Okay.
And then you take a shake with water and throw on a patch.
Do you have a patch on right now?
No, I don't.
Oh, I want to see what a patch looks like.
It's just like a little square piece that just kind of goes on your skin, and it's like, it absorbs, like it opens like up your pores a little bit, and the vitamins kind of absorb like through your skin, like time release throughout the day.
Like, can you tell you feel better when you have the patch on?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very good. How much are patches?
Just the patches themselves.
Or are you supposed to do this in combination with all the other
The
stuff?
3 steps.
Okay.
That's what I call it, the 3 steps. But like,
I feel like you could sell it. I feel like you know enough about it. You could sell it.
She has me on the as like I signed up underneath her.
Oh, okay.
So like, you know, I'm part of her team.
Oh, okay.
But she kind of runs that part of it because she knows like I'm not the type of seller. I'm not a seller.
Yeah.
I don't like.
You're not a salesman.
Yeah, like I would like say too much. She says about the product. Instead of, like,
sometimes it's not so great because of this, or...
Yeah, it's like I would just give out like too much information about the product instead of just having like them call her.
Do you sell it to any of the people that you work with?
There's one person that I work with that uses it.
Who is that?
Troy.
Troy?
Yeah, he
I
works.
think I heard that name, Troy McCoy or
Yeah.
something. That's
Mm-hmm.
a funny name.
Yeah, we call him the real McCoy.
The real McCoy. Everyone's like, his parents like actually named him Troy McCoy. Super cute. So he works for you, is that right? Or
He works with me. He's the other field coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a lot more experience than I do. He worked in Kansas before he came here.
Kind of shows you the ropes.
Yeah, he showed me a lot about different things, and I picked up a few things that he didn't know, and just kind of like, we worked together pretty well.
Nice. Is this the correct address for you?
Yeah, it should be that.
This is Troy married?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So do your families hang out at all?
A few times, yeah. His kids are older.
Oh, okay. Like how old are they?
Like 11, 10, 8, and 7.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere around there.
There's 4 kids?
Two of them.
Oh, okay. Like a blended family?
Yeah. I think he met her when she had 2 kids already.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's your social security number, Chris?
241
Okay.
67 3387.
And your cell phone?
910 309 1702.
And what's your date of birth?
5/16/85.
How old does that make you today?
33.
And where were you born at?
In Fayetteville, North Carolina.
How do you spell Fayetteville?
FAYETTEVILLE.
Do you say Fayetteville?
Mhm.
Okay. And this says you're 225. Is that correct?
180.
Okay. Was that a lie on here?
What year was that?
That was 2014.
No, I was 225 then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gained some more weight.
What do you think made you gain weight then?
Celeste's pregnancy.
Oh, really?
I gained more weight than she did.
You're a sympathetic eater?
When I went and got her Oreos, I ate a few on the way upstairs. I'm not gonna lie. That happened a lot.
Now, can you do the Thrive stuff when you're pregnant? Is that safe for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all natural or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's different variants of the patches that she can't use because like some of it's for weight loss.
Oh, you don't want to lose weight while you're pregnant, right?
Or it's more like for fat loss, and that's like they recommend not using that type of patch.
Okay. So as far as growing up goes, and I'm actually done with that, so you can put that away. Thank you so much. Who all was in your family? Who did you live with?
My mom and dad,
Okay.
my sister.
And your sister?
Yeah.
So just 2 kids?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your sister's name?
Jamie.
Have you, is Jamie coming, or have you talked to Jamie?
I've talked to Jamie and her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is Jamie?
So she'll be 40 this year.
Okay.
She's 39 right now.
Okay. So she's a little,
Yeah, she's 7 years older than me.
yeah. So you were at home by yourself for a little while, huh?
Yeah, we didn't really get close until I got like older because that was such a big age discrepancy.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you get along with her well now,
Oh, yeah.
and her husband and stuff.
Yeah.
Do they have kids?
2
kids?
Yeah.
How old are their kids?
10 and 7.
10 and 7. Do you get to see them very often? Or?
I just saw them like when I was in North Carolina.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Nice. When were you in North Carolina?
So it was the August 1st to the 7th.
Nice. And how far did you get in school?
So I graduated from high school and I got through the NASCAR Tech program.
Nice. So you've got a GED or an actual diploma?
So it's like a certificate, I guess. It's not really a diploma because it doesn't have like English, math, science there. It's just strictly like mechanical.
No, but through high school.
Oh yeah, I got a diploma.
You got a diploma?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And then you got a, I'm sorry,
Like a certificate from NASCAR Tech that I completed their programs. Like, I guess it can't be a degree without, you know, like English, math, and science and stuff like that.
Did you always know that that's what you wanted to do, was the car stuff?
It was, if I could go back, like, I'd probably just use that more of like a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like dive more into the technology part of it, like, because we had like an Academy of Applied Technology when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
In the high school I was in, maybe go into more of the computer programming part of it.
So are you like a pretty techie guy?
Not I'll say techie, but I understand like numbers and math a lot. Like that's like with working on these wells, there's a lot of programming, a lot of setting up these wells to make them run, and like using the numbers, the pressures to optimize the wells is something.
You already lost me, like I do
I
that job.
That's why I helped Troy. Like he knows more of like the stuff that was like 10 years ago type of thing, and I know more about. I've kind of like grasped some more of the stuff that's happening right now.
Sure.
And that's how like we kind of like work together. He's like, if he has to work on a pumping unit, like all right, I'll help.
You got this.
If I get working on like a normal well and setting it up, he's just like, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will just watch.
But does that translate into like my husband is a techie guy in our family, so like he sets up all our routers, like when I get a new phone, he sets up my phone for me just because he has that brain that I don't have as far as being a techie person. So are you kind of that person in your family?
I do that. I can do that kind of stuff. I can't like do code or anything like
right.
that. But
You're not writing computer code?
No, I can't. 0101, that's all that kind of stuff.
Right, okay. Awesome. So, in your job now, like, what is your title?
So I'm field coordinator.
Field coordinator, okay. And you've done that for 3.5 years or whatever?
So I was an operator. Just like, well, it's the same. Like you're an operator. You're operating oil and gas locations. Just a little different. I was an operator, and then I was an operator but / rover. Like I would be going around helping people. And now I've went up to field coordinator. It's like now I just kind of like tell people like this is where we need to go, and like we need help. Let's go there.
So when did you actually get promoted to that?
When one of our other field coordinators, he went to a different group, the HG Ops group, and our other field coordinator had to go down to Texas to help. So me and Troy got elevated up. So that's what happened.
Okay.
We were just kind of backfilling. We didn't know like if it was permanent or not, and it turned out to be permanent. So.
Wow, that's awesome. So tell me about, like, kind of give me a synopsis of your childhood, like what your parents did for a living, you know.
My dad was a parts manager for a Ford dealership.
Okay.
It's kind of where the cars things came
Right,
from.
see it.
And my mom, she was like a secretary and notary for a used car dealership.
Oh, okay.
So like yeah, she
You're
sold,
born into it.
she sold the cars too, but like she was more of a secretary and notary and kind of she bounced around a couple different used car dealerships. My dad stayed at the same one, changed the name a little, changed names, then he went to like a different one, but it was the same. He did the same thing, and he did like parts manager and body shop manager, and that's where he's still at now.
So how would you say you grew up as far as like your family structure is? Were you guys religious? Was there a lot of discipline in the home? You know, like, or who was the disciplinarian in the home growing
So
up?
like we went to church, I would say not like every Sunday, but pretty regularly, you know.
And what church did you guys go to?
It was like First Baptist Church.
Okay.
And I mean, discipline, I was the quiet kid. I was the, you know, I just kind of followed her. I mean, my sister was the rebellious one that always, you know.
You're like, I'm the good one.
It's like I never like, yeah. And my sister was the one that got the most of she was the one that showed me like, that's what I don't want to do.
Right.
I would wake up to my mom and my sister pretty much arguing every morning. That's how I went, okay. They're like, I don't want to wear this, I want to wear that. I'm like, okay.
And you're like, Mom, what do you want me to wear? I'll wear whatever you want.
I'll just go, if I didn't do it, you know, somewhere today.
Right.
That thing. But yeah, like, my dad, he was a disciplinarian.
He was?
Yeah.
What kind of discipline did you guys have in the home?
Just, I mean, it wasn't like physical or anything like that. It was just, you know, like, just verbal, like, you know, this is what you need to do. And just follow that. Like, if my dad ever raised his voice, I knew that was like, that was my work phone, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like,
whoa, forgot about that.
doing kind of now. I'm not in the middle of the test. No, you're good. You're good. I have 2 phones too, and it's hard to keep track of them. So.
Yeah, my work phone, sorry. I'm glad I did that.
Yeah. Okay, so you said your dad was a disciplinarian, but he just.
I mean, it was verbal, like, cause like, if he raised voice, I knew something was like, okay, that's okay. I'm good there. Like,
right. Did anyone struggle with like drug or alcohol abuse or anything like that in your family?
No, I mean, my dad did at one point, but it was like after I left, like after I graduated and everything, and I just like, cause my sister, she would leave and she'd come back, leave and come back, leave and come back. She never like
runaway kind of thing?
Oh, like she would move, like she went to East Carolina, and that didn't work out, so she came back home. She moved to a different place, and that didn't work out. She came back home type thing. And like when I left, I was on my own, and I was like self-sufficient, and I never came back. And I think that hit him pretty hard.
So they expected you to come back, do you think?
Oh, he was used to me being around. Like you know, he's my hero, he's my best friend.
Your dad is?
Yeah. Yeah. So like that's where I think that kind of hurt him a little bit, because like once I left, I didn't move back.
So tell me, so you're talking about for college, like as soon as you graduated, you moved out? So is NASCAR close to where you guys live? Like,
no, like once I graduated high school, I moved to Mooresville, North Carolina. That's about 2 hours away.
Okay.
And that's where I
live.
I never moved back. I mean, I came back to visit, but I never moved back.
Okay. So you go to college, is it a 4-year college, 2-year college?
And that program I finished in 52 weeks. So it was like 1.5 years, almost 2.
Okay.
Oh, actually, wait.
That's like a year.
72 weeks, sorry.
Okay.
72 weeks.
So 1.5 years. And then where did you go after that?
I worked at Mooresville Ford and worked there till 2012. So that was like 2003. That's when I was going to NASCAR Tech, and I was working there as like porter, moving cars around, changing the oil here and there type thing. And then once I graduated, they moved me into more of a line tech as far as like actually fixing things.
Okay.
So from 2003 to 2012 I was there, and then 2012 to 2014 I was on Mount Ford.
Okay. Did you have like any high school sweethearts or like girlfriends from NASCAR Tech or?
There was no.
There's probably no girls at NASCAR Tech, I would imagine, but.
There was like a handful of girls that actually went there, so no, it was like, I didn't have any girlfriends hardly after high school.
Okay. What about when you got done with NASCAR Tech?
Oh yeah, like there was girlfriends like that in Mooresville in there, but nothing really serious.
Nothing serious?
Yeah, I met Shanann in 2010.
Oh, 2010?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long did you guys date before you got married? I'm assuming you're married?
Yeah, 2012 is when we got married.
Okay. Dated a couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Now, did she live in Mooresville?
She lived in Belmont at the time.
So how did you meet her?
Through my cousin's wife. And my cousin's wife and Shanann, they knew each other from from a wheel shop that she ran.
That Shanann ran or the cousin's wife?
No, that Shanann ran. She ran like 3 different stores.
Like auto parts people?
Wheels, tires, audio, custom stuff.
Oh my gosh, you're just all in that.
All in that.
It's all like crazy. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm just gonna ask you some of the medical questions just to make, again, sure that you're a suitable subject. And you said you've never taken a polygraph.
Nope.
How would you describe your physical condition right now? Good, fair, or poor?
I'll say good.
Good. Okay. Have you had any major surgeries or injuries within the last 6 months? Are you in any discomfort right now?
As far as like pain and like
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay. You know, maybe mental anguish or whatever, but
Just
as
like,
far as
yeah,
like physical or
like fixing my
your
stomach type thing.
Yeah. Obviously you're not pregnant.
Nope.
Have you eaten in the last 24 hours?
I had a pizza last night and protein shake this morning, so that's it.
Okay. What time did you have the pizza?
So right when I left here, so it was like 11.
Okay. And what time did you have the protein shake?
Probably about 7:30.
Okay. Was that with all your 3-step process?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time did you go to bed last night?
Probably about 12:30.
Okay. And what time did you get up?
Probably about 5 and just kind of looked at my phone.
Okay. And you stayed at the other, Amanda and
Nick
Nick?
Amanda's house. Yep.
Okay. And how would you rate your sleep, good, fair, or poor?
Is there anything between 4 and fair?
I'll put it in the middle.
Okay.
Okay? I'll give you that box. Have you had any alcohol within the last 24 hours? Do you drink alcohol?
Only with like if I'm going out somewhere, like with friends coming over. I don't drink by myself.
Okay.
That's not. I don't think that's really.
How often would you say that you drink in a given week? Like how many beverages would you have?
If I drink something, just be like 1 or 2.
1 or 2 beers? Or
Yeah, beers. I don't do it.
No hard alcohol?
No.
Okay. Any legal or illegal drugs consumed within the last 24 to 48 hours?
No.
That includes even cough medicine, you know,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that?
No.
So you just had vitamins, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So now Chris, we're going to discuss the reason why you're here, okay? So now what I would like you to do is, again, kind of treat me like, you know, someone that has no idea about anything, and that you actually have to start from the entire beginning, like kind of start when, I would say when you met Shanann, just kind of explain your relationship, I guess, just so I understand it, as far as, you know, meeting in 2010 and, you know, when the kids came about and that kind of stuff, and then just bring me up to the point of, you know, yesterday.
Okay.
If you could.
All right. So 2010 is when we met pretty much through Facebook because of my cousin's wife, and she like recommended us as friends type thing, and that's how we kind of started talking. And our first date was at a movie theater. Didn't really impress her much because it was actually a nice theater. I didn't really know what I was walking into as far as like I walked in and there was like a doorman and he was all dressed in a suit and I was in camo shorts and DC shoes, and I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, hopefully I'm very underdressed for this. But like I walk in, I see her, and she's all dressed really nice, and like she told me like after the fact, like, man, I hope that's not him. kind of deal, like, because like we know what each other look like, but like I wasn't really dressed for what we were doing then. But on the second date, I actually made a mistake again, wearing the same thing because I kind of forgot what I wore. But we went to a Kid Rock concert, and like I think that's kind of where I won her over, because like we actually got to like the actual concert, and like I forgot my ID, so I couldn't actually get in. So I actually ran back like 2 miles to the car and got it and came back. And I was just like, I was just like soaking wet. I was just like, it was like middle of July, August, in like South Carolina, and humidity and everything like that. It's on an Army base. So I just ran back, got it, and everything like that. And then I think it was our next date, we actually went to Myrtle Beach, and like she had lupus. Well, her lupus was really like acting up in North Carolina. So like she had like these flare-ups, joint pains, all that kind of thing. And we were driving back, like she laid on me pretty much the entire way back. And I think that's when like she realized, like, this guy's actually pretty nice, because like he didn't tell me like, all right, get off my lap or type thing. Like I just let her just rest on me the entire way back. And it was like 2.5 hour ride from Myrtle Beach to Charlotte, the Belmont area. But yeah, everything flourished from there. Like in 2011, I proposed to her over in Ocean Isle Beach. Like that was around our anniversary, and I did a ride there on the beach at night, and I could tell, she was extremely tired, and I was like, I just want to do this, I want to do it like today. And she knew like so why are you being so like persistent to get me like out here right now? I was like, oh, let's go out to the beach. It's a nice night. Proposed to her on the beach, said yes, and everybody was ecstatic and everything. And she's very organized. She's like OCD about like organization, putting things like you saw like the pantry. Everything was just like named in a container all the way down. Like it's very easy for, if you just came into our house, you would know what stuff was. You would know like where everything was. It would be easy. So like everything was just, she was planning the wedding. Everything was great. And then 2012, we were here, but she was planning the wedding from here. But everybody was back in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. So it was a, guess you call it destination wedding if you want, because we had to fly back for that. But we got married in, it's like this DoubleTree Hilton hotel that was there. It was like in the court, it was in November, and it was underneath one of those big tents and everything. It was beautiful. And it was amazing. And we went to Myrtle Beach for the honeymoon. And then 2013, in December 17th, that's when Bella was born. Like we've been trying for a while, and nothing was happening as far as getting pregnant or whatnot. And she said, so since we're not getting pregnant, since it's not happening, like I'm gonna buy a supercharger for your car. Like, okay. And then it turned out that weekend we conceived Bella.
Oh no.
The week she bought me a supercharger for my car. So it was
Did you take that back?
I'd already put it on. And it was actually like a special order, like part that was sitting in a dealership.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So like it was ironic that it happened that, like bought a supercharger for my car, and then that weekend conceived Bella. And then Bella was just a gift. I mean, she didn't think she could get pregnant because of the lupus and everything like that. Like the doctor said, it could happen, it might not, but it happened, and it was a blessing in disguise right there. It's like, oh my goodness, it just happened, So like,
did she have normal pregnancies?
Like
was Bella's normal?
Bella's was she had shoulder dystocia when she was born.
So was it like her shoulder was?
She was turned.
Oh, just turned.
Yeah, where like they had it like push her out.
But she had a vaginal birth.
Oh yeah, all that. That was.
Cord wasn't around her neck.
Nope.
Or anything
No.
like that.
No.
Okay.
Nothing like that. So Bella was born December 17, 2013. And she was a gift, so just go along with Bella. And then and Cece was born July 17, 2015, and we had this whole little thing staged up with Bella in the crib and a little eviction notice. Like she was there, and it worked out pretty well because she was just standing there crying, like, like I don't want this type of thing,
saw one of those that went like viral on Facebook, so that's weird. It would be yours.
Yeah, she was just sitting there crying with a little eviction notice, and she recorded it. And it was an amazing day just to see that. And then Celeste, I was there, like, she had a midwife for this one. So, like, they actually had me, like, you can stand here and, like, you know, catch her. And, like, well, but Celeste came out, like, so fast that, like, I barely had a chance to go like this. And they moved me out of the way because she just, like, came out. So it was, Celeste, I was a lot better with Celeste because with Bella, I didn't really know, like, a lot, like, what I should do, what I could do, how to calm, stuff like that, like, you know, burp, swaddle, everything like that. Like, I didn't, you know, I had, like, no idea. I just pretty much watched, like, all right, how do you do this? And then with Celeste, it was more of, like, that's why Bella kind of, like, she's a mommy's girl. Then when Cece was born, did you care if it's Cece or Celeste?
No,
okay.
Go for it.
All right, when Cece was born, it was more like, all right, I know how to change the diaper. I know how to do all this. Like I can do this. I can help, like, a lot more. That's why Cece is more of a daddy's girl now. Like, whenever she gets in trouble, it's just like, she said, and Shanann gets mad because, like, all right, don't cuddle her. For when she gets in trouble, like,
she's in trouble, leave her alone.
Like, she just bit Bella, you know, she just, like, hit Bella, like, don't coddle her. That's where I'm from, coddle her. So it's, like, having them both around is just, like, absolutely amazing. They're like two peas in a pod. Like, Celeste is more the rambunctious, just, like, all out. She either goes or she's sleeping type thing. So she's always getting in trouble, always, like, trying to find something to climb, jump off of, like.
Is that like you, or is that like Shanann?
Bella's more like me. She's more of the calm, just, like, she's cautious type thing. Like, when Cece, I think, fed off of Bella a little bit as far as, like, all right, she's my sister, she's the younger one, she's the youngest person in here besides me type thing. And she kind of fed off of her and some of her friends that, like, you know, came over. And that Cece just kind of, like, built that attitude. She was just like, yeah, she's a rambunctious little munchkin. Like, if I'll show you a picture, but it was off. But, like, when she was on the plane coming back, I mean, she just had like this face, like that, like, don't like.
But she was excited to be on there, or?
Oh, yeah, it was just like, she was like being like, you can imagine a little kid in a plane in a seat, like, she feels like, she loves to move around. She doesn't like, you know, sitting in the same spot, type thing. And then when Shanann told me about the third child, it was just like, all right, let's see what we got now. See if we can, boy or girl. I mean, we're trying for a boy, so now we're just like.
Is it a boy?
We haven't told anybody yet. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Can they find that out that early, or?
At 12 weeks, they could find out. Really, she had one. The ultrasound was last week. Let's see. Yeah, it was last week. So found out it was.
Were you both there for
yes.
that? Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was like right when we got back. So it was like this guy went back on the 8th. So it was on the 8th. That was the ultrasound. Get my days mixed up. Like now, I'm not sure even what day it is right now. But yeah, we had ultrasound.
15th today.
I was thinking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, all that kind of stuff. But, like, yeah, we haven't told anybody yet. So.
So both the girls were born out here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Bella was born at Good Samaritan. Cece was born at Vista.
Did Shanann go through any, like, postpartum or anything like that with either of them?
No.
No?
Didn't see anything like that.
Good. Did she breastfeed?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool.
Bella a little longer than Celeste.
So Bella was how old when she got pregnant with Celeste?
So they're about 19 months apart.
Okay. So like 10 months old?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you were like, oh my God.
No, we didn't know if it would happen again.
That's true. So were you guys even using protection, or are you just like, it's not going to happen, so it is what it is?
Yeah, it is what it is.
What God gives us kind of thing? Very nice. Okay, so keep going from after Celeste was born.
So after Celeste was born, I mean, we kind of thought, we kind of see how two kids went. They're just like rambunctious, you know, they're sister love, and now they're 4 and 3. Bella will be 5 in December. So it was like, if it happens, it happens, as far as like having, like, she used fertility drugs on both Bella and Celeste.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the third child now, she was on like no medication, nothing like that, or she's just on Thrive. Like, she's healthy, she feels healthier now. And then like with the Thrive, she really thinks that, like, I mean, we only tried like twice, and it happened. So she really thinks that it was more of like being a healthier person.
Sometimes just having the stress off, like, you know, have my kids, so this is just a bonus. If, you know,
Oh yeah, like that.
Onto,
Yeah,
like,
that could definitely like.
Seems like a lot of women think, oh, we're, you know, we can't get pregnant, and they have a baby, and then they're, you know, they're not worried about it anymore. So then they get pregnant again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't think it would happen again. So,
Definitely.
yeah. So, tell me about after that. So.
It was just like, yeah, after we didn't think it would actually happen. So like, we really think that being a healthier like lifestyle, being healthier, really helped this. Like, I mean, only really trying twice, and boom, and like it happened. So it's just been.
And when did she find out she was pregnant?
I would say it was in probably the 1st or 2nd week of June.
Okay. Not very long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, she's about 14, 15 weeks right now.
Okay. So, why don't you bring me up to, why don't you start with like, so you guys went to North Carolina, so maybe just start from the trip to North Carolina. I guess you met her there maybe for part of it, is that right?
Yeah, like she was there, so we went to a Thrive trip in San Diego, and it was the end of June.
Okay.
And then, I think it was June 26th, that's when we came back here. Her dad was watching the kids. And then that same, like later on that day, they flew to North Carolina.
Okay. So why don't you kind of start there and just take me up until yesterday?
Okay.
And
So,
as detailed as you can.
Okay. So like while they were in North Carolina, it was like they're there to see my family and obviously her family, and just kind of like, because they haven't seen the kids in a while, as far as our kids. And so they were just there. She had a couple things she wanted to do there, as far as like meeting up with her promoters and customers. That she had a bunch over there in North Carolina, so she was hoping that she could meet everybody else over there and have like her dad and mom, and my mom and dad like have fun. Sorry, with the kids. And
Free babysitters, heck yeah.
I know. But yeah. It was mainly like just a little family vacation for them right now, for them on that trip, just for everybody, just to see the girls. And Celeste's birthday was during that, on July 17th, so they had a birthday party there with like jumpy houses and stuff like that, and they FaceTimed me during it so I could see it. They didn't have a birthday party out here for her because it was, you know, when they got back it was in August, so.
Right.
So, but yeah, I got to FaceTime and watch it all, and it was pretty much just hanging out with family the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was here just going to work and working out and going running and just keeping the house up and doing that, and just, I waited till my flight was July 31st, and I flew out there for a week, and I flew out there for a week so I could fly back with them. So we went, so July 31st, I got there, stayed at her mom and dad's house. The next day we drove to the beach, stayed there for about 4 or 5 days. It was in North Myrtle Beach. And first time the kids had seen the beach. So they were ecstatic, obviously seeing waves, being in the sand. They love sand. Unfortunately, they love sand. Because it's just like you get them back, you just got to shower them off. Because Cece was so like into the beach that, I mean, her bathing suit was just full of seashells. It was like, okay, let's get all this off of you and rinse you off, please.
Right.
But yeah, it was an awesome trip. Like just seeing them react to the ocean, and then we went to like Broadway at the beach. It was in Myrtle Beach, like an outdoor little mall, and they got to go in these like little, it's like where they strap you in a harness and you get just to jump higher.
Yeah.
And Bella and Celeste, they love that. They just love jumping that high. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I went to see my grandma, my dad's mom. She's in a nursing home, so like some days she remembers people, some days she doesn't. And luckily that day she did remember me, so that was really a good day to go in there, and went in there with Shannon and the kids, and obviously like they had already been in there a few times while they were there.
Sure.
Yeah, and they were she lights up when she sees those kids. I call her Mama. That's what she always calls, but Mama, she lit up when she sees the kids, and she remembered me, and that was great. Yeah, and my dad came and picked me up, and I went over there and stayed with my parents for a day, and just kind of like hung out with them. Saw my sister, her husband, their kids, had a little cookout and everything, and it was awesome. And then the next day, I think it was the 7th, yeah, August 7th, yeah, we went to her parents' house, got everything packed up, ready to go, and flew back here. And then got back later on that night, the 7th, and then on the 8th, I went back to work. And then on the 10th, that's when Shanann flew out to Arizona with Nicole, and I had the kids from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we went to a pool party on Saturday with Jeremy Lindstrom's, his son's turned 4, and they had a little pool party and everything over there, or a little mini pool, and it was water balloon fights. It was that epic time. It was great. It was awesome. That was awesome. It was just seeing their faces and seeing how much they didn't really play with water balloons that much at all. So she would come over. She put one right in my pocket and just smacked it while I wasn't looking. She's a little trickster. So that was funny. And drove home, got back home, ate, and it was a really awesome day.
Okay. What happened after that?
So that was on on that Sunday. So got the kids back, got them all showered up, got them to bed, and just pretty much waited around for hear from Shanann, because she was flying back that night, and her plane got delayed because there was a lot of dust storms in Arizona, and there was some other weather around that was delaying flights getting in there, and they didn't have a crew. That's why it was delayed. So her flight was supposed to get in about 11, but it didn't actually get in until about 2. So it was about you want to just go into this now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So about 2 o'clock, she came into bed. About 1:48, my doorbell picked up that she came in, but at 2 a.m., that's when she came into bed. And about 4 o'clock that morning, so my alarm went off, so that's when I usually get up, get ready for work and whatnot. So I get up, get dressed, brush my teeth, deodorant, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know if to take a shower because I work out in the oil field, but I'll take a shower when I get home, type thing. And she told me before she got in that I want to wake up, when you get up, just take a shower, get the airport off me, type thing. So I woke her up about after I got ready and everything, and then we had to talk about the selling the house and about separation and stuff like that. It was an emotional conversation. Obviously, we were both crying, and after we talked, she said she was going to take the kids to a friend's house, and that she'd be back later on that day. So it's okay, that's fine. So I went downstairs and packed my lunch and filled my water jug and got my computer and everything and loaded my truck up, and I went to work. And then once I got to work, started working, and about 7:40 or so, I texted her hey, I hadn't heard from her. I was okay, I didn't know where she was going. I didn't know what friend's house she was taking them to, or what friends she was going to with the kids. So I was hey, text me, let me know where you went, where you took the kids. And I didn't hear from her. It's normal for her not to respond to me, because when she has her direct sales people, she'll get back to them first, because that's what she does. So for her not to respond back to me, that's happened plenty of times before. So continue working, and I noticed it's about noon, she hasn't got back to me hey, call me. I've called her once before that too. And then about 12:10, that's when I got a doorbell alarm on my phone saying someone was at the front door, and that was Nicole. And so I called her, and I was hey, what's going on? She's I haven't heard from Shanann all day, no texts, no calls. And I'm all right, this is kind of strange. So Nicole's at the front door, and she's okay, her car's here, I can see her shoes, because we have this little rectangular long window next to the door, and she could see her shoes right there and whatnot. She's all right, something's going on. So she called me, she was all right, I can't get a hold of her, something's going on. And that's when I came home. That's when I left to come home. So Nicole called me, all right, there's going to be a police officer here when you get here. I'm okay. They couldn't get in because the latch on the top door that's what we kind of put over just to make sure, like, you know, like, if the kids try to go out the front door, they can, because that's there. But the keypad on the outside on the garage door doesn't work. So, like, they had to wait until I got there. I got the garage door opener, I hit it, went inside the house, and, I mean, car's there, car seats are there, purse is still there, the phone's on the couch, like, her wedding ring's sitting on the nightstand. And it's like, there's, like, no sign of Bella, Celeste, or anywhere. And it's like, the police officer, I forget what the police officer's name was, but he was there, and he was just, once we found the phone, powered it up, and all the text messages, like, came through as far as, like, everybody was reaching out to her and everything, like, hey, what's going on, like, are you okay, everything good? And there was just, like, there was nothing there, like, it was just, like, it was a ghost town. And everything that was there just didn't make sense, as far as, like, why, like, what happened. So we started, like, reaching out to a bunch of people, like, any of your friends that, like, anybody that had reached out already, that, you know, like, had a car seat or, like, had a kid in general, and nobody had heard from her. Nobody had a clue. Like, her mom hadn't reached out to her, my parents, I mean, nothing was there. And the officer, Baumhofer, detective, I'm not sure if you know the people that are involved.
Yeah, I can't remember how to say it.
Oh yeah, I think Detective Baumhofer, he came, and they're all, like, you know, taking questions from me, Nicole, her son Nick, that was there, and then went over to, they talked to my neighbor, because he has a camera facing, like, he picks up a few different angles and whatnot, and watched his video surveillance, didn't see anything as far as her leaving at all. So they're just like, all right, like where, like, how this happened, like there's no, like, video of her, like, leaving the front at all. So we didn't know, we were just at a loss for words, like, all right, where is she? Like, she wouldn't just leave everything here. Like, even the kid's medicine was still there. And I was just like, all right, she needs that. So we're just, the only thing that was gone was really the kids' blankets. Like, everything they slept with, like, you know, Celeste has, like, this big New York Yankees blanket, and a little dinosaur, and, like, a little dog that makes noises, and a turtle, and something. It's a whole package. And Bella has two blankets, but one was still at the house, the other one was gone. And she has a dinosaur and, like, a little swan blanket. Her other little, but we talked to the neighbor, and we looked at anybody else that maybe had a camera somewhere, but nothing was going on. They had other community services, like, go into houses, like, not, hey, did you see anything, like, do you have a camera, do you see anything like that? And we had nothing at all. And it was just like, all right, so at this point I'm hoping, all right, she's at a friend's house, she's safe, and she's just, like, decompressing, or, like, she's safe. But, like, that night, like, as I'm, like, calling, like, hospitals and hotels, and just, like, there's nothing, like, there's nothing there, like, nobody's had her check in, there's nothing at all. And then that was just traumatic, because, like, I had every light in the house on, just in case, like, you know, like, yeah, I went late in bed, but I didn't sleep. I was just sitting there. It was like, I had friends that came over. Nick and Amanda came over for a little while, and they showed support. My friends Dave and Jeremy came over, they showed support. Shanann's friend Lauren came over, she showed support. Another friend, Melissa, came by that I didn't know that she showed support. Everybody's just like, I don't know, like, why this happened or how this happened, but, like, I hope that she's okay, type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just, like, I was just hoping that I would get that knock on the door, or a phone call, or a text. I mean, her phone, they have her phone, like, hopefully maybe it's a number I don't know. Hopefully it's, like, you know, like a burner phone, or some kind of like phone she bought, and she could just text me and call me, like, hey, I'm okay, something, or just get a knock on the door, and then the kids just run in. And I was just like it didn't happen. And when I was going through, like, that night, just trying to process everything, like, I miss, like, the kids, like, sitting at the dinner table and, like, having to tell them to eat their dinner, and, like, I miss them throwing their chicken nuggets at me. Like, when I went to their rooms, just kind of, like, you know, make their beds, and it's like I wasn't going to turn the rain machines on, you know, like, I wasn't, like, you know, going to read them a book. I wasn't gonna, like, I wasn't gonna kiss them goodnight, I wasn't gonna, like, you know, do that, I wasn't gonna play in the playroom, I wasn't giving them, like, their nightly snack, like, their nighttime snack, I wasn't, you know, giving them their medicine, I wasn't, you know, getting them dressed for bed, all that, like, it just hit me. It's like, I'm not turning the monitor on to watch them because they're not here. It's like, where are they? And that night was just like, I didn't even want to stay in the house that night, but I knew I had to, just in case, like, maybe they came home, maybe they would come in that front door, garage door, or something would happen. But nothing happened that night. So I just laid in bed and took phone calls and texts from all her friends I couldn't sleep either, and just asking for prayers, just asking prayers in general, just like, these kids and her are gonna come home, they're gonna come home safe. And the next day, well, detective, he called me about 2 a.m. just saying, like, hey, we're gonna do, like, the missing persons report, and I'll get that all going. But yeah, it's like the next day, like, when everything, like, started happening as far as the news crews, like, pulling in, and then all the K-9 units and the drones flying over my house, it was just like, it all set in, like, this is not, she's not, they think something happened. Because all this right here, this means that, okay, my worst fear, that's where this is going right now. Because I thought she was just at somebody's house and she was safe. But now, it's going the other direction. With all this going on, with the dogs coming in, with the news media, everything just kind of happening, it's like, all right, this has gone to a totally different direction. And it's like, I was when all my friends, like, were coming over to give me some support, I knew that, like, all right, like, I was happy all my friends just came over to just support. I didn't want to be alone at that point in time. Like, this is the time you don't want to be alone at all. And my friends are supporting me all through this, and I just want to find them. I want them to come home safe, like, wherever they are, I hope they are safe. And I really hope they can just come home. The FBI agent, Graham, he's been really helpful. I mean, he didn't tell me what leads they have for today, but I'm hoping that it leads to them coming home. Because just being in that house and not being able to tuck them in, it's heart-wrenching, it's earth-shattering right now, because those are my kids. Those are, like you made those kids, you know, like, do you have kids or anything? Okay, so, like,
3 of them.
so, like, just not being able to, like, you know, kiss them goodnight and saying, I love you, Daddy, or I miss you, Daddy, or something like that. You know, because they were without me for 5 weeks. And I got to FaceTime them every night. And it was just not being able to do anything, like, knowing that they were just here and not knowing where they are now it's a nightmare right now.
So, thank you for explaining all that to me. Obviously, have more questions, so I may kind of piece it out, just going back, just so I understand everything. And you kept saying that you thought she was at a friend's house. Do you still think she's at a friend's house?
At this point, I don't. Because all this, like, everything that's happened now.
So what does that make you think of?
It just makes me feel like either she vanished, like, she has the kids and she's somewhere where, like, maybe hopefully a hotel. But I don't think she's at a friend's house now, unless it's somebody I just don't know. Like, if it's somebody I don't know, great. Like, I just want her to be safe. But with FBI here, with, you know, CBI here, with everything that's going on, like, it makes me feel like, all right, maybe somebody has her that's not keeping her safe, or something terrible has happened, and that's the nightmare.
And what would that terrible thing be?
That somebody hurt them.
That's running through your mind sometimes?
I don't.
That's
I can't. I don't want that to run through my mind, but it's running through my mind that somebody has hurt them, and that they are not safe. And I really want them to be safe. I want them to come home.
Right. We want them to come home too. So let's kind of break it down back to when Shanann went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So what was she in Arizona for?
Thrive Local.
Oh, okay.
It's been down there with some of the upline leaders.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she, mostly women, like, other people that work for her, downline.
Or downline people or upline people and all that.
Okay, and they just, fill their cup, I guess, for lack of a better term. So they get there and they, cheer them on and like, you can do more and whatever. And I guess, do they teach them about new products?
Yeah, there's a lot of training that goes involved with it, like how to talk to people and stuff like that, how to bring in more people type thing.
Like, did Shanann make a lot of money doing this?
Yeah, she makes about as much as I do.
Really?
Yeah.
And how much is that? Because I don't know how much you make.
About 65, 70.
Okay. She makes that much just selling
Yeah.
Thrive. Wow. How many people does she have underneath her?
Like, people that signed up underneath her, probably about 200. But like active people that promote it, it's probably about 50 or so. But like she has, her team does about $80,000 a month in sales.
Goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Sorry about that. Okay, so she's at this conference, and obviously, even before that, like, you said that you kind of talked about, separating or whatever when she got into bed or after you woke up.
Yeah.
When did that start?
So in the 5 weeks that we were, like, when she was in North Carolina and I was back here.
And when did she leave for North Carolina? What was that date?
June 26th.
So the end of June?
Yeah.
Okay. So she leaves in June, and that's when, what?
Yeah, like, being, like, when we were talking and everything and texting and calling each other, like, we could feel like there was, like, that disconnect there. And, like, over that period of time, like, our conversations were shorter, text messages were a little bit less, like more like emotional type thing, more less lovey-dovey type things.
So explain, like, even before June, was there any other issues as far as your relationship goes? Or, everyone goes through ups and downs in marriage, but...
like over a year ago, it's more of like, I could see that maybe it wasn't like as hot and heavy as like, as it was when we first met, that spark and everything like that. But like, like you say, ups and downs, marriages, like, they have their lows and they have their highs. And like, I was hoping that we could just it would just work itself out, like.
It's hard with babies and,
Yeah, when the kids are involved, it's a little bit harder, a lot harder.
And just as far as like your time away from your spouse and, just trying to make time for them and, give them emotional attention and that kind of stuff. I know that kind of can get strained. Did you feel that once you started having kids, or, did you feel that even before?
Yeah, we didn't like go out on dates really a whole lot after we had kids, because we're just, kids monopolize a lot of your time, like, you take up a lot. So it's like, you want to focus, like, right on your kids all the time. And that's what we did, and we didn't really focus on ourselves much. And I think that's where, like, I'm not going to blame the kids for a disconnection or anything, but, like, yeah, we focused, like, on the kids, like, all the time. But, like, and then, like, as our relationship got longer and longer, it was more of, like, I could feel that disconnect that was there. Like, we really talk, like, we didn't have those deep conversations anymore, like, anything like that. But like that's when it kind of all started, and I was hoping that maybe it just worked itself out. And being like those 5 weeks when she was in North Carolina and I was here, like, I could feel it more.
Like, tell me about that. What do you mean by that?
So like, you could feel like the disconnect more, like, in the conversations we were having, and like they were just short, and like it felt like like when we were texting each other, nothing was the same as far as that goes. Like, calling each other, nothing was the same. And when I got there, that's when you can kind of all, like, when we were talking, it was just, nothing was...
Yeah, tell me about that. Like, what did it seem like when you got out there finally?
Yeah, like, when I got out there, it was just like, you could feel like, get to the airport, just wrap the kids, like, around, they come running through the alarm and everything, they were running through a place they couldn't even run into. And gave him a big old hug and everything, and then like gave Sinead a hug and everything, and just like you can just feel it start from there. Like everything just felt like different. Like
Did you guys kiss or anything?
we kissed right then, but like after that, it was just like every night it was more of like we talked, but it was like mainly it was through text. Like
When you were there?
Yeah, because it was more like whenever we would talk about like how we were feeling, it was more of like we would just text back and forth type of thing. Because like that's how we could get our feelings more across. Because her mom, everybody was still there. Like we weren't really alone because her parents were there.
So tell me about like when did that first text, like what was that first text like as far as like one of you, deciding to talk to the other one about maybe separating or, not feeling great about your relationship or whatever? Like who was that first person that sent that text and what did that text look like?
It was probably on her phone, but it was, so when I got there, it was July 31st, went to the beach August 1st, and her dad was there for a few days, and then her mom came down. So we were never really like alone together. So that's why some of our conversations were through text as far as that goes.
So while you're both there together, you're
Yeah.
still texting each
Yeah.
other about stuff. And what were those texts about? Like what did they say?
It's just kind of like, where is our relationship going type thing. Like where if we're bringing a third kid into this world, like what's our relationship gonna look like? Like, is it gonna be? Are we gonna work this out, or is this gonna lead to a separation? Is this gonna lead to where like we stay together and be civil with the kids, or are we gonna be our separate ways and stuff like that?